the vitamin you trust most, could be silently raising your stroke risk overnight. Have you ever gone to bed feeling perfectly fine, only to wake up with your world upside down? Imagine starting your morning unable to lift your arm, struggling to speak, or feeling like your balance has vanished overnight without any warning signs. As a brain doctor, I've seen far too many older adults face this terrifying moment. But here's a surprising truth. It's not because of smoking, poor eating, or even a lack of exercise. The culprit often hides in something you thought was helping you, your daily vitamins. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to show you the way out. Because the real danger isn't vitamins themselves. It's misunderstanding how your body changes after 60. It's forgetting to listen to the quiet signals your body gives you. Today, I want to guide you through the common habits that can put your brain at risk and, more importantly, show you simple, natural ways to protect yourself without living in fear. This isn't about cutting everything out of your life. It's about building healthy eating habits, learning what your body truly needs, and rediscovering the joy of caring for yourself in the simplest way possible. Take Mr. Walter, for example, a retired Navy veteran, disciplined and proud of staying fit. Every morning, like clockwork, he lined up his supplements, convinced he was building a stronger, healthier body. But one morning, his wife found him struggling to speak, his right arm limp. The doctors traced it back to dangerously high calcium levels caused by excessive vitamin D. Walter's case wasn't unique. Millions unknowingly overdose on so-called healthy supplements. And that's just one story. There are more stories of strong, independent people blindsided by something they believe was helping. This is not about blame. It's about awareness. By understanding how your body works, you'll not only protect your brain, but also your independence and quality of life. Let me introduce you to these real stories and the life-saving lessons they offer, starting with the most common yet overlooked culprit. Mr. Walter's story opened my eyes, but it was just the beginning. As I spoke with more patients, I noticed the same pattern repeating itself. They weren't careless. They weren't unhealthy. In fact, most were doing what they thought was right, taking vitamins to protect their bodies, boost energy, and stay sharp. Yet somehow these healthy choices quietly turn into hidden dangers, especially for those over 60. Let's talk about vitamin E. Many seniors take it daily, thinking it will help their heart or circulation. Mrs. Evelyn, an 81-year-old retired librarian, was just like that. She loved reading, walking, and keeping her mind active. One day, hoping to give her memory a little boost, she added vitamin E to her routine. A few weeks later, she was rushed to the emergency room after collapsing at home. The diagnosis? A brain bleed, not from a fall, but from the combination of vitamin E and her heart medication thinning her blood too much. Evelyn recovered, but life was never quite the same. She walked with a cane and struggled with memory lapses. Then there was Harold, a 76-year-old retired truck driver who came to see me with tingling in his hands and feet. He wasn't diabetic, but his balance was off, and he had fallen twice. We traced it back to a nerve support supplement packed with vitamin B6, way beyond the recommended safe limits. Excess B6 had slowly damaged his nerves, making daily activities harder and robbing him of his independence. Another patient, Dorothy, a vibrant piano teacher in her late 70s, thought she was helping her eyesight with vitamin A, but it caused too much pressure in her brain, mimicking stroke symptoms and affecting her vision. She had unknowingly been taking 3 times the safe amount for years. And Mr. Frank, 82, a retired postman, started having dizzy spells. His morning supplement for heart health contained high doses of niacin, triggering dangerous blood pressure swings. Like so many others, Frank never imagined something from the store shelf could be causing his problems. These stories aren't rare. They happen every day. Each patient had their own reason for taking supplements. Stronger bones, sharper memory, a healthier heart. But they shared a common thread. Nobody had told them that as we age, our bodies process vitamins differently, and what worked decades ago can quietly backfire now. That's why it's time to shift focus from chasing supplements to embracing what truly supports health as we age. After hearing these stories, you might wonder, if supplements aren't the answer, what is? That's exactly what I asked myself after working with dozens of older adults who genuinely wanted to stay healthy, but ended up facing issues they never expected. The truth is, your body after 60 is different. It doesn't respond the way it did when you were 30 or 40, and that's why the approach to health needs to change too. One thing became crystal clear after countless patient visits. The people who felt the strongest, moved the best, and stayed sharp the longest weren't the ones with a medicine cabinet full of supplements. They were the ones with simple, balanced daily habits, especially in how they ate and how they listened to their own bodies. I want to share a story that changed my entire view on senior health. It's about Margaret Wilson, a 73-year-old retired school principal. Margaret was full of life, but constantly felt dizzy and sluggish, especially in the mornings. She followed every health trend: vitamin D for bones, vitamin E for her heart, B-complex for energy, and niacin for cholesterol. Her countertop looked like a pharmacy shelf, but none of it made her feel better. When Margaret came to see me, we did something simple but powerful. We cleaned up the clutter. We removed every unnecessary pill and focused on what her body actually needed. No more guessing. No more random pills. We replaced those bottles with something much more powerful: food. At first, Margaret was hesitant. She had trusted those vitamins for years. But we agreed to try one simple rule: feed the body real nutrients at the right time in the right amounts. Her mornings changed completely. Instead of swallowing a handful of capsules, she had a balanced breakfast: a boiled egg for clean protein, half an avocado for healthy fats, a slice of whole grain toast for steady energy, a handful of blueberries rich in antioxidants, and a glass of room temperature water to hydrate her brain. Some days, she added a sprinkle of walnuts or almonds for extra brain-boosting benefits. In just a few weeks, Margaret felt lighter, clearer, and more in control. Her dizziness faded, her mornings felt stronger, and her mind was sharper. The secret wasn't some magic pill. It was simple, nourishing food eaten consistently, combined with an understanding of her changing body. This shift isn't about avoiding all vitamins. Some people need them, especially if their doctors recommend it. But it is about realizing that your first defense, your first healer, and your best medicine can be found in your kitchen, not your medicine cabinet. Your body is designed to thrive on real nutrients it recognizes and knows how to use. No guesswork, no overdoses, no hidden side effects, just natural balance. Through Margaret's journey, I realized that helping older adults wasn't just about preventing strokes or keeping their hearts beating. It was about giving back the gift of independence. When you understand how to fuel your body correctly, you move better, you think clearer, and you keep the freedom to live life your way. Think about your own day. How often do you eat a meal that truly nourishes your body instead of reaching for a quick pill to fix things? It's easy to overlook food because pills seem faster, easier, and more promising. But for people like Margaret and countless others I've seen, it's the simple, consistent habits that protect their health in the long run. Your body after 60 needs hydration, steady energy, and brain-friendly nutrients, but it doesn't need mega doses or complicated routines. It needs real nourishment, thoughtful timing, and gentle attention to how you feel every single day. By listening to those small signals, fatigue, dizziness, sleep problems, you'll be able to take action early, make changes naturally, and avoid the health scares that so many others have faced unknowingly. And when you start seeing improvements like Margaret did, you'll understand why food is more than just fuel. It's a form of healing, a foundation for long-term health, and a key to staying strong and independent through the years. Margaret's transformation didn't come from doing something extreme. It came from something surprisingly gentle, restoring rhythm to her daily life. As I work with more older adults, I realized a simple rhythm had been lost for many. Instead of eating when their bodies needed fuel, they followed schedules driven by pills, snacks, and habits picked up over time. This led to skipped meals, overeating late at night, and confusing their internal clock, which only made their health issues worse. One of the biggest breakthroughs came when we focused on morning routines. Most strokes and heart events in seniors happen early in the morning, often after long stretches without hydration or balanced nutrition. Your brain wakes up needing steady energy, not a sudden rush of pills on an empty stomach. When Margaret swapped her morning supplements for real, balanced food, her blood pressure stabilized, and her morning dizziness faded away. Another common mistake I saw was taking certain supplements right before bed, like high-dose vitamin D or multivitamins, which actually cause restless sleep and contribute to calcium buildup overnight. Older bodies process nutrients more slowly, especially while resting, and this nighttime overload quietly strained their heart and brain. Once we shifted everything toward daytime meals, focusing on real food during waking hours, the difference was remarkable. Even the act of sitting down for regular meals became healing. Simple breakfasts, wholesome lunches, light dinners, with natural hydration through water, herbal teas, and fresh produce throughout the day. These little changes supported natural body rhythms. People reported clearer thinking, fewer dizzy spells, more energy, and even improved moods. This is why food isn't just fuel, it's how your body communicates. When you nourish it at the right time with the right kind of food, your brain responds with clarity, your heart stays steady, and your independence remains intact. That's the beauty of understanding your body's rhythm. It's not about complicated diets or expensive supplements, but about reconnecting with what your body was designed to do, thrive on balance and simplicity. And when this rhythm is restored, you'll be amazed at how much more in control you feel, especially as you learn the most practical ways to choose your daily meals. As more of my patients embraced this natural rhythm, one thing became crystal clear. Good health didn't come from chasing after trendy supplements, but from returning to the basics. Every time we replaced a pill with a wholesome meal, people felt steadier, more energetic, and less anxious about their health. So, what exactly were these basics that made such a difference? It all started with simple, whole foods that are easy to find and even easier to enjoy. For brain health, a handful of blueberries went much further than a pricey memory booster capsule. Blueberries, rich in antioxidants, help protect their brain cells from aging, all while offering a sweet, natural treat. Margaret loved adding them to her morning routine. Healthy fats played a crucial role, too. Instead of relying on fish oil capsules, we incorporated natural sources like salmon, sardines, or a few slices of fresh avocado. Not only did this nourish the brain, but it also improved heart health, stabilized mood, and supported joint flexibility. Another common swap was trading multivitamins for leafy greens like spinach or kale. These greens, packed with folate, vitamins, and minerals, supported better circulation and reduced inflammation naturally. For protein, simple choices like boiled eggs or lean chicken were gentle on digestion and provided long-lasting energy without the crash often caused by artificial energy supplements. Whole grains like oats or whole wheat toast added fiber and steady fuel, helping keep blood sugar balanced and energy levels consistent throughout the day. Even basic additions like a handful of almonds or walnuts gave seniors key nutrients like magnesium and healthy fats that many pills couldn't provide. And perhaps the most underestimated habit? Staying hydrated. Just sipping enough water and adding light herbal teas helped reduce dizziness, improve concentration, and kept the body's natural systems running smoothly. What mattered wasn't complicated recipes or exotic ingredients. It was sticking to simple, accessible foods that supported the body's natural needs. This easy shift removed confusion and gave people confidence. When they listened to their bodies and chose nourishing, whole foods, they felt stronger, steadier, and more independent, with each meal becoming a quiet act of self-care, setting the stage for the final, most important lesson of all. As the stories of Margaret, Walter, Evelyn, and others showed, health in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s isn't about extremes. It's about paying attention to your body's real needs. Once they stopped chasing pills and focused on gentle daily habits, they rediscovered something priceless: control over their health and peace of mind. This is the lesson I hope you'll carry with you. Supplements aren't enemies, but they're tools that must be used wisely, not blindly. True health after 60 comes from small, consistent actions. From eating real food at the right times in balanced portions. From staying hydrated, moving gently each day, and listening to the quiet signals your body sends you. It's in the simple things: morning sunshine on your skin instead of popping extra vitamin D, a plate of colorful vegetables instead of chasing multivitamins, and a comforting cup of tea that calms your evening instead of restless nights caused by late-night pills. And most importantly, it's about releasing the fear. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need fancy diets or expensive supplements. Your body, even in later years, can recover, strengthen, and thrive when you treat it with gentle care and respect. Every choice you make can either support your independence or slowly chip away at it. But by choosing natural balance, you choose freedom. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small change you'll make after hearing these stories? Maybe it's swapping a supplement for a real food option, drinking an extra glass of water, or simply sitting down for a proper breakfast tomorrow morning. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your experience could inspire someone else on the same path. And if this story helped you see your health in a new way, feel free to like this video so others can discover it too. Remember, you're never too old to take back control of your health. Stay kind, stay fresh, and I'll see you again soon. If you enjoyed the story, comment 1. If not, feel free to comment yes.